text messages. He won't mind me saying it. I'm going to say it, Rocco. Good thing Rocco's back because the guest host was obnoxious. And I know you have a soft spot in your heart for the one and only Mark Piersma, and he is a little different cup of tea. So, and you were excited.
Wait, people were upset with Mark Piersma?
Yeah, you know. I guess he's an acquired taste. It's a good
I love Mark Piersma.
All right, we'll leave it at that. That's fine.
You're just not going to get me. I mean, he's just so. I mean, he's fun. He's goofy.
Yeah,
he's going to go crazy.
And as Larry Sharp said, he's not too smart.
Yeah, I know Larry was.
Did Larry Sharp say that about him?
He was just teasing with him, giving him a shot yesterday because one of the comments Mark made. But Mark, he had fun with it and played off it. So
Mark is like, I don't think that you can say anything to insult him. All feedback, negative or positive, affects him.
Yeah,
he just takes it.
I'm with you.
Just giving him attention, whether it's good or bad.
Exactly. That's why I didn't think he'd mind me bringing it up. But how about the attention on these primaries? You want to weigh in on that?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think a lot of people don't realize the agenda that the president has, and I think the president, speaking of a striking kind of the president was a Democrat for a while. He's a Republican, but I think he's more than anything, he's a pragmatist. He's trying to really drive the economy and at the same time try to provide for people in the communities, especially ours. I mean, when they first came out with the executive budget, and I know this is a little bit of a distraction, there were immediately 9 items in that executive budget that I couldn't support. There were things that our community needed, that many could argue maybe weren't conservative, but there were things that we need because our community is struggling. We've had a massive job loss. We've had a lot of people who have been left without any options. They've needed, whether it's food stamps, whether it's community service block grants. They need to be helping their children, getting services through community action agencies and all those things. And I immediately came out with 9 things that I saw in the executive budget that were deleted that we fought to get back. And every single one of those items we got back. And I did that by going directly to my contacts with the White House and my contacts in our leadership and working with the Appropriations Committee and getting those things back. And this year, we got a 10% increase in community service block grants. And I led the charge along with a guy named David Bradley who conceived of these issues, who came to me and said, we really need a champion of these. These are really important. And our community needs this help. We need to lower taxes, which the president has done. We need to secure the border. There's a lot of – look at the president's doing – I mean, I know Rocco had to love this when the president was standing there in a spectacular way and invited the media in, and the media came in for a press conference, and there he was, although it was kind of funny that he couldn't get the speakerphone working or whatever was going on in the White House. And he said, I've got the president of Mexico right here on the line. And the media is like always saying, oh, no, he's not telling the truth. And then he just said, Enrique, are you there? It was like, I thought it was just, I mean, this guy is so transparent. He just is willing to do that, and he wants the American people to see what he's doing, and he wants the American people to know what the truth is. And there are days when I wish he wouldn't say things the way he does or say some of the things he says, but I think he's trying to get past being, shrouded or not being able to get past the media, which is not telling the truth. And that's what his Twitter is a remarkable way of him really communicating above the media and getting his message directly to the voters. And I think that that's something that's really unique about him.
Claudia.
And so, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to go off that point before you left the press conference that he did. I think it was yesterday, I believe, or was it Monday? I lose track of time. Where
yesterday. I think it was yesterday, or the day before.
But has any president ever done a press conference where they have the leader of the other country on speakerphone from the Oval Office? I've never seen that before, so it's fascinating to me. But at the end,
he does this stuff, and then he goes, Enrique. I was like, I was listening on the radio, by the way, because I had Sirius Radio, and I heard that there was a press conference, and I immediately turned it on. But here's the thing. The president is unique, and there are people that don't like him, obviously, but you cannot argue with the policy. So, I like him personally. I know him. I think he's one-on-one. He's a very, very nice guy, and he really does care. And I think everything he does, he shows he cares. When he says he's going to do something, you can bet on it. He's going to do it no matter how much political opposition or media opposition or whatever goes on. If he thinks it's the right thing to do, he's going to do it.
Claudia,
sorry, Mark, because I brought up the Mexico thing or the Oval Office press conference. What this deal that he announced with Mexico to replace NAFTA, he was very, very brisk on details, really, and I don't totally understand it. Do you believe that is there a real deal between Mexico and the United States now that can knock NAFTA out, or is that still something that has to be worked out, and was the president overplaying his hand in any way?
And is Canada?
No, I think it's the deal that had to be made, and a lot of it was there's a lot more to be done. I mean, we obviously have a lot of retaliatory tariffs that he's trying to react to. You know, it's funny, you have Canada, which is, we have no security problems, major security problems with Canada, but we have a trading problem. With Mexico, we have a lot of security problems, but, we don't really have as big a trading problem, so that's probably why he was able to make a deal with Mexico first. Mm-hmm. But back to your original question, there are some good things that could come out of this deal. We'd like to see more for the dairy farmers right now. They got 12 cents. Per hundredweight. We think it needs to be a lot more. Obviously, we had Senator Perdue in last week along with Linda McMahon, and we talked about that with Senator Perdue. We've already written a letter.
You mean Sonny Perdue?
Sonny Perdue, yeah. They say Senator Sonny.
Yes.
His cousin is Senator Perdue from Georgia. So Sonny Perdue, we wrote to him about giving more to our dairy farmers. They weren't directly impacted by the retaliatory tariffs, but we want to make sure the dairy farmers are made whole in that package to give the farmers a break for this time period. So he's aware of that. We did 2 roundtables where honestly it was pretty intense at times with Sonny. So we want to make sure that works out well. But back to the primaries. So Ron DeSantis, who's a congressman from Florida, I've gotten to be very good friends with him in Congress, and I supported him. In fact, I hosted a meet and greet for him. Like the day after New Year's Day last year in Florida, I was down there for a couple days, and he really wowed the crowd. He is a fighter. He's a naval officer. I think he went to Harvard Law School. He's got an amazing background. He's a really, really nice guy, really smart, like brilliant smart. He is very independent and really just, I think he's got really amazing potential.
Claudia,
and he's a youngish guy.
I got to wrap though.
All right, the president's endorsement must have been a big help to him. People are liking having their tax cuts, especially in Florida. Mm-hmm. People are liking seeing the economy back.
All right. CBS News is jumping in here.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by TheraWorks Relief.
I'm Gary Nahn. Primaries in Arizona, Florida, and Oklahoma. In the race to succeed, Arizona